Hello and welcome to User Spotlights. I'm Laura with ClickFunnels, and today I'm joined by Joel Vasquez. Joel runs the affiliatefranchise.com, and after 7 years in prison, he came home in 2019 fully dedicated to freeing regular people from their own 9-to-5 prison. Can't wait to talk to him more about that. Thanks so much for joining me today, Joel.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your background and how you kind of came to this entrepreneurial journey. Like, was this always for you? Tell me a little bit about it.
It definitely wasn't always for me. Growing up, I grew up not so great. And my early years as a teen, a young adult, was a lot of like getting into crime, doing hard drugs and drinking a lot and all that stuff. If you had mentioned to me something about like starting a business, it just went in one ear and out the other. It was definitely not, I wasn't of that cloth, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I took that long-term prison sentence, it hit me really hard, somewhere in the midst of that, another inmate presented me with a book, and it was called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert
Yeah.
Kiyosaki. He said, read this, and if you take it seriously, you'll never come back to this place again. I remember him saying that. He was a lifer. He'll never come back home. So he saw something in me. He saw like his kid's wasting his life. And I don't know what he saw, but I did read the book, and it definitely did change my life. It changed my perspective. It changed my way of thinking. It gave me self-confidence.
Yeah.
It made me feel like, I could be more like Rich Dad if I start thinking success, if I start thinking, I'm better than this. So that started me on the path to becoming an entrepreneur. I kept, calling my mom at home, order me more books, send me stuff from Amazon. I want to learn more about business and all that stuff. It just slowly trickled down from there, kind of snowballed from there.
Wow. So this all started for you while you were in prison, and it started with another inmate. That's
Yep.
very inspiring story. So since you've been out, how have you kind of leaned into that entrepreneurial spirit that you discovered while you were in prison?
Well, interestingly enough, I was already planning it when I was due to come out on parole. But one of the biggest roadblocks for me was like, I have to do something at home because being on parole, I'm not able to just freely like go around. There's going to be a lot of roadblocks and barriers to opening my own physical store or storefront, whatever. So I had to think outside the box. And in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he taught about, think, how can I do this? Always think creatively, always get through the barriers instead of saying, oh, I can't. So I started reading about online businesses, and I read this book called Get Rich Click, and it talked about a system called affiliate marketing. And I said, well, that's perfect. I can do that from home. I don't have to even tell my parole officer about it. I don't have to check in, any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I just drown myself in affiliate marketing information, which actually is what led me to Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels in the first place.
Yeah. Amazing. And the great thing there is, not only are you working from home, but you don't have to build your own product. You don't need to go outside to learn the things. All of the resources are there for you.
Exactly.
So what have you done with your business since learning about affiliate marketing?
Well, funny enough, I actually didn't start off with this business. I didn't want to coach people or create courses or anything. First of all, I wasn't even good enough to do that yet. But I started off selling other people's courses, other people's products and services, and I made 6 figures doing that. It naturally just came about because people were asking me. They were like, how are you doing that? Can you help me? So initially, I just helped people for free. I didn't know that it could actually be a business for me.
Yeah.
I was just giving people advice, making friends along the way, and they were seeing
Amazing.
success. And they were giving me those early testimonials and saying, hey, Joel knows his stuff. And eventually, too many people asked me to help them out. So I said, maybe I should start charging. And that slowly became this idea of like, maybe I can coach people and make this my full-time business. It was something I was very passionate about. I really, truly believe that the 9-to-5 is another form of prison. Like you go to work, you take orders from a boss, you come home, you barely spend time with your kids. That's a prison, and you feel no escape from that. So I really relate to normal blue collar people. And I'm like, hey, there's another way,
Yeah.
so you don't really have to do that anymore. So I love what I do. And that's basically how it came about.
Really cool. So how do you use ClickFunnels in your business?
Well, first of all, I use ClickFunnels, the software, mainly because I tried so many other softwares. They have way too many bells and whistles. I'm not techie. When I came home from jail, like I didn't even know how to use a cell phone. So having the whole like click a button, put it here, put it there, like the Legos, I call them Legos. It
Yeah.
was so easy for me to figure out. And then the biggest part, and I think the biggest thing that separates ClickFunnels from every other software is there's a lot of funnel builders, but they don't give you the education. It's great to have the tool, but if you don't have the proper guidance and the education, expertsecrets.com secrets, I don't know if you can see it there in the background. I got the
Oh
whole
yeah.
free trilogy back there.
I've
I
got
go
mine here
back,
too.
yeah, I go back to them all the time because it's like, yeah, you have the tool, but what are you going to fill it with now? How do you actually use it? So I'm always studying Russell's stuff. To me, it's the funnel part, the building the funnel part. It's a part of what they do, but really it's an education business. Like it's showing you, ClickFunnels is showing you how do you build $1 million business. So take every word to heart, make it your Bible. Like they know what they're talking about.
That's such a great point. And how has the community been for you?
Extremely beneficial. I've networked along the way. I've met great funnel builders, other coaches who've given me all kinds of tips and tricks and like showing me how to actually, main thing is showing me how to step outside of my comfort zone because initially I wasn't even comfortable sharing my story. And I think it was Russell's like 30-day challenge, you know, the one funnel away,
Yeah.
where he's like, go live and share your story. I was like, are you out of your mind? I was like, do you know what my story is? And I got comfortable sharing it. And other people were telling me it was very inspirational. And they would come to me and do business with me versus somebody else who's doing something similar because they related to my story. So it really empowered me and helped me a ton. And I recommend anybody, you know, to really put themselves out there to be part of that community because we're all very accepting. If someone shares their story on my feed and my Facebook or whatever, I never judge them because I remember what it was like to be that person.
Yeah, of course. Well, I love that. And I think it's such a testament to the type of person that you are. You know, your entire story in business started by giving things away and helping people and providing value, not even really knowing yet that it could turn into a profitable business. But that organically turned into the business it is today, which says a lot about you and your character. And I certainly appreciate, and I'm sure so many other people do out there, that you've been so vulnerable with your story. And what most people would probably find shameful or they would be afraid to share that, you've turned it into something so beautiful and a great story. And you're resonating with so many other people out there that think, man, I didn't know I had a future, or I didn't know that I could do this for myself. I didn't know I could do better. And you are living proof of that. And I'm also seeing what looks like a 2 Comma Club award behind you. And if that's what I'm looking at, that is a huge feat. So can you tell me a little bit about that too?
Well, it wasn't overnight, and that's probably my biggest piece of advice for anyone who's starting off, whether you're an affiliate marketer, a coach, a course creator, I don't care what you are. Biggest piece of advice in any business, even ecom. My fiance is now doing ecom, and I'm helping her out with that. Don't give up because, oh my God, it sucked. The first 8 months, I didn't make a single penny. It wasn't like overnight success. Even as an affiliate, I made $1. My very first sale ever was .com secrets, right? And I made $1 off that sale. But I always remember that because you'll always remember your first dollar online.
Yes.
It's the hardest one, trying to figure it all out, throwing paint at the wall. It's like, what? How do you make this stuff work? When it finally happened, it was like a bug. Now I wanted to make more money and more money. That's the biggest thing. It took almost 3 years, 2.5 years or something to win that award. And it was a lot of ups and downs. It's completely false to believe a lot of the gurus on a boat and everything that it was overnight. Never happens. It's not true. It's a lot of up and down. It's a lot of fighting through the, do I believe in myself? Do I not? Is this working? Is it not? Oh, maybe I got lucky, maybe I didn't. And it's so much of a mental struggle, but definitely stick with it. It's always trending upward. And that's basically how it happened. It was a lot of inner struggle. It was a lot of ups and downs, but I finally got to the top of the mountain, so to speak. When the package came, I didn't even think that was it. I was like, no way. It was like, I was in disbelief, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of this is also proving that you can be the most successful when you stay completely true to your authentic self. Like you have given away everything about your life. You've told people the true story. You are letting people believe, like, you know, you can be behind bars and you can think that this is the rest of your life, but you came home and you found a new way and you did your research and you read the books and you did everything you can. And now you have physical proof sitting right there behind you. And also you're living your proof every day by growing your business and helping others. And that's such an incredible thing. And we always talk about at ClickFunnels here, like the profit and the revenue and the awards, all of that has meaning, but nothing compares to the impact that you're making on others. It's always impact. You are living proof of that. And I appreciate you sharing your story with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course. And one more thing I want to ask is where can people now go to learn more about you and your business and what you're doing?
Well, I prefer people to go to my YouTube channel because I'm all about giving away free content and giving value first before people decide if they want to trust or like do business with me. I'm not one of those people that pressure people into a sale. So do your research, learn more about me and what I do and how I teach. Go to the Infamous Joel YouTube channel. Just type in Infamous Joel. I should be the only one that pops up unless I have copycats. And please just subscribe and like watch a few videos, see if it's something to your liking. I want to free people from the 9 to 5. Or if you're sick of your 9 to 5, if you're like looking for another way, I try to simplify things. Affiliate marketing's not hard. The mental part is hard. You know, you got to stick with it. It's not overnight success. But if it's for you, then we can talk more about maybe you want to get into the affiliate franchise, or maybe you just want to digest the free training on the YouTube channel. That's totally fine.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Joel. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks for sharing your story. Everybody go to his YouTube channel, check it out, The Infamous Joel. And if you feel like checking out more about what he's doing with affiliate marketing, go to theaffiliatefranchise.com. Again, thank you, Joel. I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Great talk.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.